For as long as I can remember, we, the people of this bottom, have been trying to figure out who the dumbest fuck in Bikini Bottom is. We found the smartest frick, we found the silliest goose, and now we're trying to find the dumbest fuck, okay? Well, I've come to a revelation this day. I am the dumbest fuck in Bikini Bottom. What's up, everybody? My name's Timmy, your lonely space bean, and I'm okay, I swear. Let me just fill you in on a little bit of background for this real quick, okay? Let me put you in the mood. Let me set the setting. Help me set the table for dinner, my children. It was a rainy day, just like any other. Not the type that comes from the clouds. No. This was a rain on my parade. See, first, I woke up 2 hours later than I was wanting to. All that lost time that I had to catch up on wasn't very good for me. I woke up kind of, not upset, but remorse. It wasn't going to be a huge detriment to my day. It wasn't going to be a huge detriment to my life that I woke up 2 hours late on this day, but, I had been planning. I had something special to do today, and that was wake up on time. So the start of my day was off. Well, wasn't that good. My girlfriend already at work. Me, alone in the house. So I did what any other man in my position would do. I decided to play Overwatch. Now I know, blasphemy. But listen, I play Overwatch with my friends. My friends mean everything to me. I would die for them, and I'm sure a lot of them would die for me. Maybe only in a video game, but I'll take what I can get. So I played Overwatch with some friends for about 2 or so hours. Eventually one of them went to bed because they have school in the morning. The other one followed suit close after. And then I decided to continue watching my current hyperfixation of Critical Role / Dimension 20. I watched a few of their more recent campaigns. I don't have a Dropout subscription yet. But nonetheless, I was engorging myself. I was feeding my fixation. I have few vices, but one is D&D. I don't use it for any sort of escapism or anything like that. I've just always had a very creative mind. I've always really liked world building and the idea of making something out of nothing. And I've played D&D before. I've run a session or two, and I'm currently planning to run a session as well. But, I was just watching an interview between Brennan Lee Mulligan and Matthew Mercer. And then halfway through, I decided, you know what? I want to watch some Spotify. I'm gonna, catch up on Distractable, a podcast with Mark, Bob, and Wade. And that's just what I did. I caught up, and I got to their most recent episode at the time of this recording, Distractable Escape Room. This episode was hosted by Bob, with Mark and Wade playing as contestants trying to escape this room. However, Bob set it up in a way that it was like D&D, which sent my hyperfixation into overdrive. I was sitting there, thinking of all the wonderful things. Is this the start of Distracted Dungeon? Dungeons and Distractions. Distractable and Dragons. But through using my mind to try and think of these things and imagine all of these wonderful ideas that could come to fruition, I decided something. Or more, I discovered something about myself. I was hungry. So I did what any man would do, or woman, or person, or thing, or person who's watching something and doesn't want to, bring it all with them exactly. I put on my wireless headphones so I could still listen, but so I could cook in the kitchen. And that's exactly what I did. I made 2 packets of chicken-flavored ramen, top ramen to be precise. And I made it just how I make any other. I added a bit of Creole seasoning, made sure to overboil the noodles so it has a little creamy texture to it. Added in some white cheddar cheese, let it all melt in, stirred it up real nice, and then put it in a bowl. And I thought to myself, this is a good bowl of ramen. But you know what complements a good bowl of ramen? Some nice southern sweet black tea. Unfortunately, however, we didn't have any made. So I got to work. We don't exactly have a tea pitcher, but we have a big plastic sort of bottle that you, I forget what they're called, but they're the big things you put water in, like the gallon things of water. And we also don't have a coffee pot or a kettle. So really quickly, I washed the thing I made the ramen in because it has a little thing you can put on top that lets steam out so you can seep shit in it and make tea. And I just used that. I put some water in it, boiled it, put 2 tea bags in it, was getting ready to make some nice southern tea. And this is where tragedy struck. You see, all I could do was really pour the pot into the pitcher, and usually it just runs down the side and sort of spills out of it, and I was trying not to waste any of the tea water because I put extra in there this time specifically to fill up more of the pitcher. As I began slowly making my way to the kitchen counter, to the sink, where I laid my pitcher down, ready for tea to be poured into it, and I slowly began to tip the pot over the pitcher. Tragedy struck. The near boiling hot tea spilled out of the pot, splashing into the sides of the pitcher, but also splashing out of it, and I had my left hand holding the pitcher so it didn't move with the water being added. The hot boiling tea, near boiling even, cascaded, waved down the side of the pitcher like a tsunami of sweetness. But behind that sweet feeling was a feeling of pain. As the water struck my left hand, it seared so much that it literally peeled some of my skin off. Like, I'm breaking the bit here for a second. It immediately fucking peeled off. Is that okay? Should I be worried? Thankfully, most of the mess was contained within the kitchen sink, the pitcher, or my hand. A little bit of tea got on the counter, but I cleaned that up real quick. Some water got on the floor, but immediately I snapped into action. In a very panicked state of pure adrenaline and mania, decided to just slather some antibiotic ointment. Not even like triple antibiotic at first or anything like that. It was just like combat ready ointment, that we have because we have like dry hands and stuff like that. And I smothered it all over the burn spot. I knew that it was gonna have to come off eventually, but I still did it anyways because I was like, holy fuck, my hand is on fire. And well, it worked. For but a moment. Not even a full minute afterwards, my hands was sent into the adrenaline was making the pain not show up yet, and the adrenaline began to cascade off a little bit, cater out, and the pain my hand felt is what I imagine when normal people hear other people talking about their Harry Potter houses. A pain so painful, you don't want the pain to stop, you want the cringe of the pain to cease. And then, eventually I kept treating it. I got alcohol wipes to sterilize it and stuff like that. It burned like a motherfucker, okay? If you could stop fucking moving and making noise behind me against the wall, that would be great. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic, but the caution tape keeps making a weird noise. But anyway, I cleaned up the mess of everything that I made. I, wasn't sure what else to do because there was just kind of oil and pus leaking out of my skin from the burn spot. You know how you get those little boils from the burns and all that? Yeah, those were forming everywhere, almost triggering my tryptophobia, but not really because it's it's the inverse of tryptophobia, I guess. They're bubbles, not holes. I don't know how it works, but it made me uncomfortable. So I did what any responsible man would do. I called my girlfriend because she's a medical nurse. Well, not a nurse, but she's in the med field, and she's smart, and she knows how to handle these things, and I don't. I'm just stupid. I am the dumbest fucking Bikini Bottom. Nonetheless, I kept treating it and waiting for her to answer because, she's at work, so she's not going to answer the first time. So I called 5 or 6 times because I was like, I don't want to try and put something on this and it make it worse or something, or be very bad for it. And then eventually she answered. And, she helped me through it. I got it all wrapped up, put some triple antibiotic ointment stuff on it. I put it in the freezer every now and again to help with the burning. This is what happened. The light is a little too bright. Let me lower it. Nope, that made it worse. Let's get it right here. You see that area in between my thumb and my pointer finger? Where the skin would meet the opposite side of the palm? Yeah, that's where the water hit. Can't perspective. Hold on. It's that big, okay? It's that big of a spot on my fucking hand. My thumb is burning too, the part that's uncovered there, but it's not boiled or blistered or anything like that. It's just stinging, so I've kind of left it. Yeah, I just felt like recording this video because I'm going through a little manic episode right now, and the pain and the adrenaline have sort of worn off, and I need a way to deal with this. So I just thought I'd tell a funny story with it at least. I'm surprised I am still alive. But when I am left alone for too long, apparently the gods of the universe decide, you know what? What's the most unfortunate thing that could happen in this moment? Let's make it happen. I know I'm a clumsy guy. I know that I'm not the most confident, most suave fucker out there. I have self-confidence in what I'm doing, but I also have that, I've never actually done this before or paid attention. I just do it sort of vibe to me. So I just try to do things while I'm gone, or while I'm by myself. I try to make tea differently than I usually do, or I try to make this, or I try to do this thing, and it didn't fucking work. Or well, it did, but then, consequences from some bullshit. I don't know. Maybe I was a terrible person in a past life and the karma just hadn't caught up and the universe was You know, he's not a terrible person. Definitely doesn't deserve this, but like, you know, it's like they're a bank of karma, you know? It's like how when someone dies, their debt gets passed on to someone else instead of the debt just being absolved or some shit. It's like that, but with karma instead of money. I think someone in one of my past lives or one of my ancestors was just such an incredible fucking dick that the universe is like, you and your bloodline shall suffer for your sins. Specifically, this one guy eventually. But yeah, and the best part about all this is I was about to record some Baldur's Gate just for a little funny little video I was thinking of playing, because I've been playing a shit ton of that. It's very fun, cool, very good game. Might still do it. I don't know anymore. Gotta deal with this. Kinda can't really move my fingers around a whole lot with it. But yeah, just wanted to get that out there and let you guys know I'm okay. I can't even put my hand in a thumbs up. And it sucks as well because part of the burn, I touched it. Part of the burn is on a part of the skin that I tattooed myself. So it wasn't a very well done tattoo like the ones on my fingers. And they've been fading anyways. So I feel like now that this skin is gonna peel off at some fucking point, I feel like now half of that tattoo is just gonna be gone. Which will be an interesting story, but it'll look like shit. But oh well, gotta live with it, I guess. I look like I'm meditating constantly with my left hand. I mean, these 3 fingers are fine. It's just hard to move them with the tape and all that. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a funny little story. I'm trying my best to be positive right now, and I think that's the message with this video, is that there can always be something funny and positive out of just batshit crazy, insane, or unfortunate situations. I'm also recording this. Technically, all this happened about an hour ago, which would have made it 11:54 p.m. on September the 11th. So, on days of tragedy, I guess, you gotta be positive. Oh yeah, and also, I'm not throwing, like, shade at any of you guys or anything like that, but, like, I thought I made it clear enough in my City Skylines video that it wasn't actually City Skylines 2. I thought, like, you know, I did the whole intro thing talking about, like, Taylor and, like, all the merch and stuff like that. That's all cool. But, like, I figured after that moment where I immediately was like, hey, City Skylines 2, blah, blah, blah. I'm not playing City Skylines 2. I literally clickbait. I thought that was enough information conveyed for you guys to be like, oh, it's just fun. Because, you know, I don't like the clickbait. I do it if it's funny because I find it ironic, like saying clickbait's bad or some shit, or like I hate people who clickbait and then I clickbait something in a funny way where it's like, haha, I clickbaited, but it's funny. You know, like if I see an opportunity to do that, I'm gonna fucking do that. I put anime pictures in my Elden Ring video thumbnails. What do you think? Like, but anyways, I thought that was maybe a clear enough indication that it's not actually City Skylines 2. I just know everyone else, like all the big YouTubers who have access to it, are posting City Skylines 2, which actually the day that video came out, like 3 of the people I watched uploaded a video on, like on actual City Skylines 2. So I was like, whoa, that's weird. So I guess it kind of worked out. Maybe the maybe the algorithm was kind enough to let that complete fucking weird ass video to get sent out to people who are actually looking for City Skylines 2. I don't know. I just thought, you know, I guess there was a miscommunication between us. And hey, I just want to say that this is a safe space, okay? Whenever we have a miscommunication, we can feel like we can talk to one another, all right? We're people. We understand each other. We're not all friends, because that's not parasocial. But yeah, you know, like we can talk to each other. And you know, this is just a misunderstanding. We can go by it. I don't even know if this video is gonna see the light of day. I just kind of wanted to record it because I'm going a little insane. Still don't have my meds. Help me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try to stop burning myself or injuring myself in the most stupid fucking ways possible. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever the fuck that'll be. Bye bye. I saw you move again, motherfucker. I saw you. Don't look at me now like that. This motherfucker. I just talked about how I'm gonna stop hurting myself in stupid dumb ways, and then immediately went to do a bit where I was gonna stab a piece of caution tape, not even tape, caution paper, with a sword. That's an actual sword. It's not sharpened, but like, you know, judging the circumstances, maybe this isn't a good message to send. All right, goodbye. I need to go.